Welcome back to another Tech Noobster video. I bought 11 glorious Model O mice for $25. And as far as I know, they all have issues. And you may be questioning yourself, wow, that's a lot of broken Model O mices. Why? Well, apparently their weightless paracord, apparently whenever it's here, this part gets like pinched and then it basically breaks. It doesn't seem like it's having any double click issues. It's doing that on purpose because I'm doing that. The only thing is there's no RGB, which might be just in the software, but I won't mess with that. So as far as I can tell, let's see if it loses connection when the cord's at an extreme angle. Yeah, this one is actually perfectly fine, it seems. Now, all of these mice will be paired properly, I hope, and then sold on my eBay store. So yeah, and if you stick to the end of the video, you will get a special offer code and be able to get a $5 discount on these mice. Second mouse. I'm not getting anything. So there seems to be literally no life on this one. So this one is just completely dead, it seems. So this is another matte black. Oh, RGB works. Oh, it did work. Oh, okay. So this one seems to have a very spotty cable. Although, even when it's connected, it's not getting any sensor data. So that one seems like it might be just a bad cable. Next one, another matte black. Oh, I think this might have another spotty cable. Yeah, there we go. Except we are getting sensor data. Oh, the left button is just dead. Nothing out of the left button. It seems like 4 down, 7 to go. So this is a glossy black. Oh, that looks nice, but I don't know how good the gloss actually lasts. This one has stickers, okay. Okay, so I'm getting absolutely nothing out of this one. Okay, so this is another glossy black. Let's see what's up. Okay, so we do have lights. Okay, so this one seems fine. So that's 2 that are just perfect. This is a matte black. This one looks very clean. RGB is on. It's a little fast, but it's on. Okay, so we are getting clicks. Okay, so the DPI button seems to be broken, and we're not getting any sensor data, it seems. This one doesn't look like it wanted to be to open. Another relatively clean one. Packing is a little smushed. So this one's just completely dead, which means it might have it's probably the cable, because the data pins might be dead. Okay. So this one I'm not actually sure what it is. Matte black, it seems. Oh. Okay, so this one has a bad cable. All right, and last one, another matte black. And we're getting no power. Yep. Yep, so this one's just dead. All right, so we've tested all 11 mice. 2 are good. 3 are completely dead. And then we got 2 with stuck DPI buttons. And then a lot of the others just have bad cables. So that's that. So it's now time to just tear them down. All right, so to tear down a Model O, you take some sort of flathead, some sort of like little knife. So you just want to go under, you just want to get under that skate. And the more careful you do it, the better chance you have at actually reusing the skate. And then let's get the second one out. So there's 2 Phillips head screws here. Take those. And then this just pops off. It's kind of like a car. Okay, and you want to be careful because there are 2 RGB strips here. So you see that there's 2 black tabs here. So you want to take 2 fingernails. It's probably hard to see. But you're basically going to pull up on those green tabs until you hear a click. And then you can just slide these two off, and then there's that. And then next thing you're going to want to do, for this one, which seems to be just a dead cable, you're going to wire that. And then you don't want to pull by the wires. You want to pull by the connector here, if possible. And you might want to get like tweezers, and that might help you. Realistically, if you grab by the wires, it's okay, but just don't get used to that. Don't get used to doing that because a lot of wires are pretty weak. And so the easiest way of getting these out is just kind of like jiggling them. It seems that the wires on these are actually fine. And so there's your base, basically, and this is your cable. So from what I can tell, I can actually see already the problem, I think. And the problem with doing this is that it is going to mess with the paracording a little bit, but for the most part, it's fine because it's... So you want to cut right maybe a centimeter after where that wire is bad. There you go. And here's your then here's your cabling, and you can just kind of sheath back the paracording a little. And then you're going to want to give yourself a decent amount of slack here. Now, if you don't have a soldering gun or soldering iron, you don't specifically need one, but you will need a stripper of some kind. And then you want to basically strip all these, give yourself like a few centimeters of working room. Okay, so now that you got these 5, you want to go ahead and strip these 5. Okay, so once you have those both ends stripped, what you're going to want to basically do is make sure your soldering iron is heated up. Grab yourself some helpful hands if you have it, or a friend or something. You could do it without it, but it would just be a pain. But basically, you take the color, match them up. So you can do it this way, or personally the way I do it, because it's just a lot simpler. You take your cable that you have, or the wire, and you want to kind of like twist them. Oh, actually, before you twist them, I always forget to do this. I would recommend getting heat shrink, to be honest. I'm not sure if I have a yellow one that's quite that size. Cut it to length so you don't have too much of it. Just leave it over. I assume most of you all know how to use heat shrink. So if you don't have a soldering iron and you just want to fix it, you can just flatten this out, put the heat shrink on, use a lighter to smallify it, and you're done. But if you want to make sure that connection is good, you want to make sure you have yourself a soldering iron. A rework station could work, but it's up to you. You don't specifically need flux, but I recommend it. And I recommend having some sort of fan that takes everything away. And then just... So I don't have an extraction fan, so as long as you just don't breathe it in and use your mouth to blow it away, you'll be fine. So yeah, so that's one done. So then you can just go ahead, flatten this out. Pop that over, grab yourself a lighter and go woof. I actually forgot my lighter, so I will go ahead and use my heat gun for that. Then we have one connection done. And so basically repeat that for each step, and I will do that and be right back with y'all. All right, so I got all 5 of them soldered and heat shrinked. So basically done. The only thing you can do really with this paracord, other than try and salvage this, your best bet is to grab a zip tie, which I should have. So what you want to do for the paracord is you want to kind of pull it in, and you want to grab your zip tie This is way too big of a zip tie for this, but you want to kind of grab it, go down. And once you get to here, I'm going to pinch it and zip tie it. So we're going to plug that back in. And we're going to plug this back in. And look at that. It's on. Mouse works. So the DPI button seems to be middle clicking. That might be a software problem, actually. So I'm going to install the software. But for the most part, this is fixed. So yeah, so now that we have it fixed, let's unplug that again. And you want to try and route this as best as you can through here. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but this is about as good as you're realistically going to get without putting in a lot of unnecessary effort. So then you take your two RGBs, plug them in. So those are in. So then you kind of do the same method you did with the front. Again, you want to make sure you have everything tucked in as well as you can. Okay, mouse wheel is not inhibited. So let's just grab these two screws. Then you grab your feet and carefully try and realign them. What I would recommend to make sure that these are on properly, grab like a hair dryer and go over this for maybe 10 seconds and then kind of hold it in and kind of like massage it in. And so it should stay. This right here should be fine as well, but it may not last as long. And there you go. We have just repaired a Model O with one of the most common issues known to man, apparently, for this mouse. All right, and welcome back. So basically what I did off camera was I fixed 9 on camera, as we saw, and then I went ahead and fixed these two because they're identical. And so let's go ahead and see what's up with number 8. So this one is a bad cable with just RGB in a dead DPI switch, it seems. And one thing I can add from repairing the last 3 mice, so they all break at the same point, which is right after the whatever this is called, the brace or the stop. They all tend to break like in this area roughly. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check what's up with the RGB. I mean with the DPI switch. So put this back on for a second. Oh, well the DPI switch seems to be fine now. Yep. So I guess that was just a molding, just a attachment issue apparently. And it's basically the same process, and I'll test it out one more time just in case. Okay, everything seems to be good. So let's go ahead and get 7 out here and see what's up with that. Because this one might be just firmware. Okay, so this cable is bad then. Okay, so we're going to replace the cable on that as well, which I'll probably do off camera. Okay. So we are at we're with number 3, the one that has a dead left click, it seems. So we're going to try and figure out what's wrong with that. It does have a bad cable, so I'm going to have to replace the cable anyways. But let's see if the cable is what's causing the left click issue, which I don't think it is, or if it's just another plastic molding issue, and I just have to take off the case and it should be fine. Because if we put this back together, okay, there we go. Yep, left click is fine, DPI is fine, right click is fine. Yep, so all we have to do is just replace the cable. All right, so about 3 hours later, I have fixed 9 mice, and 2 of them are already working. I even double checked, make sure everything's working. I ran everything through the software, reset everything, and every single mouse has been fixed. And basically every single mouse except for one had the same issue. Technically, two of them had like molding issues. The only one that was different was number 5. It had a stuck DPI and a bad sensor. All I had to do for that was reinstall the firmware, which is very simple. You just go to Glorious's website, You search the Model O software, you download it, and you'll get 2 folders. You'll get the first folder, which is install firmware or update firmware. You want to make sure your mouse is plugged in. You right-click, run as admin, wait till it's finished, and it'll close the window. Unplug the mouse, plug it back in, and then the mouse should be working, and you should be able to open the software, which is in the second folder. But yeah, all 11 mice are working. So I did mention, if you stay to the end of the video, you will get a $5 off coupon to get one of these mice. They'll all be on the same listing, and the same coupon code will work for all of these. So the coupon code is going to be TechNoobsters5. That is TECHNOOBSTER 5, the number, as you can see on screen. There'll be a link in the description to where to get these. Thank you guys for watching. Next video should be on Saturday, the day before my birthday. So stay tuned. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up. So yeah, remember get subscribed so you can see that. Put the notification bell on. And yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.